Hello everyone, you are welcome to Mathematics Store. In this video, I will solve paper 1 of Cambridge Primary Checkpoint Mathematics written in April. Let me apologize to my subscribers as I didn't upload this on time. I just got the question papers. If you are seeing this for the first time, please kindly subscribe to my channel and share the link with your friends. Before you is the first paper, that is paper 1, and the new code is 0096, and the 01 here indicates that it is paper 1. And if you look at here, you also see that paper 1 is written here. And as you already know that paper 1 calculator is not allowed, and we have 45 minutes to solve this, okay? But for me, I will spend more than 45 minutes because I want to explain everything to you very well, and I will not use calculator. I'll be giving you tips on how to solve this on time without using a calculator. There are 28 questions in this paper, and I will solve them at a go. To follow up with my solution, kindly download the paper by using the link in the description section below this video. Are you ready? Let's jump into the 28 questions. Calculate 75 times 5 times 2 plus 65. So here, we need to make use of what we refer to as board mass. So we need to use board mass here. Then you follow the order. So board mass, we have BODMAS for board mass. Okay, so when you look at this, we don't have bracket, we don't have order, so we don't have division. So the first one here is multiplication. So that means we need to multiply 75 by 5 by 2. Okay, so if you want to do 75 by 2, that will take time. So you can work smartly by multiplying 5 by 2 first. So when you multiply 5 by 2, you have 10. So it is easy to multiply 75 by 10. That will be 750. And you can now, that means these three will multiply together. Sorry, let me erase that. So that means these three numbers, 75 by 5 by 2, will multiply together to give 750. Then we can easily add 65. 750, add 65 here. So 0 add 5, you have 5. 5 add 6, you have 11. You write 1, you keep 1 here. That makes 8. 1 add 7, 8. So your answer will be 815. So let's go for the second one. Let's scroll up a little bit. Okay, so here we are still using board mass. So if you write your board mass down, board mass. So the first one here is bracket. So you have to simplify what we have inside this bracket. 3 add 2, that will be 5. Okay, so that means we have 8 plus 5 times 7. And the next one is multiplication. So we have to multiply 5 by 7, and that will be 35. You have 8 add 35. So if you add these together, you have 43. So let's scroll down to check the next question. Yusuf folds a paper circle to make a new shape. Okay, so write the length of the diameter of the circle. So this is just a quarter of the circle. So you are going to have the same thing at the front here. So the one that will be vertically opposite to this will be of the same length as 5 centimeters, and the circle will pass through this place. If I use broken line like this, okay, so please just pardon me for the diagram. So we're going to have something like this. So it will be from here to here, okay, and that will be 5 add 5. So from here to here, from this point here down to this point here is the diameter, and it will be 10 centimeters. So let's scroll down a little bit for number 3. So we have 2.5. Write 2.5 hours in minutes. So 2.5 hours could be written in minutes by multiplying by 60. So you can multiply 2.5 by 60, but that will be stressful. Rather, you could break it down to 2 hours plus 0.5 hour. So it is easy for you to multiply 2 by 60 that will be 120 minutes, okay? Then plus 0.5 multiplied by 60. 0.5 is the same thing as a half, 1/2. So half of 60 is what? Is 30. So you can easily add these two together and your answer will be 150 minutes. Let's scroll down. If there's another question, there's none. So the next one will be this. Complete this calculation. 1/2 divided by 3, which could be written as 3/1. Then we change this division to multiplication, and when that happens, 3 comes down and 1 goes up. So that means we're going to have 1/2 times 1/3. So 1 multiplied by 1, that will be 1, and 2 multiplied by 3, that will be 6. And the correct option here will be what? Will be 1 out of 6. So let's scroll down a little bit here to see the next question. Use a protractor to measure the size of the marked angle. Write the answer. So the marked angle is a reflex one, and it is very difficult to use a protractor to measure this. So you have to be very smart. What we need to do is to okay, let me change the color for this. So what you need to do is to use your protractor to measure this red angle. So, and we know that the red and the black angles add up to a 360 degrees. So it is easy for us to measure the red angle. When you measure the red angle, then you subtract it from 360, and that will be the value of that black angle, which is the required angle. So I need to pick my protractor here. So I'll place it there and I'll try to measure it very well. So I want to measure from here. So let's rotate it a little bit. So the center of the protractor should be on the vertex of the angle here, okay? And this should be at 0. Okay, so let me set it very well. So if I'm cool, then yes, so I'm cool. So let's measure from here now. If you measure from here down to this line here, okay, so let me erase that so that it will not be confusing. Okay, so you see that the value is 117. So let me take this away. So that means the red angle is 117 degrees. Okay, so we can easily get the black angle, which is the required one, by subtracting 117 degrees from 360 degrees. So if you do that like this, so borrow 1 from 6, you have 5 left, put 1 here, that makes 10. 10 minus 7, that will be 3. 5 minus 1, that will be 4. 3 minus 1, that will be 2. So that means the value is what? Is 2. That means the value is 243 degrees. So let's go to the next one. That will be this. So here is a list of numbers. Draw a ring around a common multiple of 3 and 7. So the simplest method is to list the multiples of 3 and 7 respectively. So you can easily get the multiples of 3 by multiplying it by the integers. So the first multiple will be 3 times 1, 3, 3 times 2, 6, 3 times 3, 9, 3 times 4, 12, 3 times 5, 15, 3 times 6, 18, 3 times 7, 21. So we can stop here. Then let's list some multiples of 7, 2. 7 times 1, 7. 7 times 2, 14. 7 times 3, 21. Okay, since we have 21 here, 21 there, so we can easily stop here. So the correct one will be 21. So let's circle this 21. That is our answer. So we have the B part there. Here is a list of numbers. Draw a ring around a common factor of 4. So factors of 4 are all the numbers that can divide 4. So it will be, factors of 4 will be 1, 2, and 4. Then factors of 6 will be 1, 2, 3, and 6. So the common factor of 4 and 6 in this case is 2, as it is shown here. So we'll circle this. This is the next question. Anastasia draws a line of best fit on a scatter graph. Tick the graph with the correct line of best fit. So if you want to draw the correct line of best fit, so it can never be this horizontal, it cannot be this vertical, so it's between this and this. So which one is the better one? You have to look at the one that has even number of points on the two sides. Okay, so if you look at this one here, we have more points at this side, and if you look at this one, the points are evenly distributed, shared. Okay, so this would be the correct option. So let's scroll down for the next question. Okay, so we'll go to the next question. This is the B part. So Jamila draws a different scatter graph. She plots the age of each child in her class against the number of books they read. She thinks there is not a connection between age and the number of books each child reads. Tick the scatter graph that supports Jamila's idea. So let's scroll down a little bit to see the remaining scattered graphs. Okay, here it is very difficult to determine whether the numbers of books are increasing or not. Okay, so this would be the best option. Why? The points are far away from one another, so it is difficult to realize here, unlike this, and this. So the correct option is this one here. Okay, so let's scroll down. If you have another question here, yes, we have number 8 here. Here are two negative numbers, so add the two numbers, write the answer. So you have negative 25, add negative 10. So these two signs combine together to become negative. You have minus 25 minus 10. So you have this 25 as this sign here, it is negative. Then 10 as this sign here, it is negative. So when the two numbers have the same signs, so you add and pick the number before them. So 25 add 10, that will be 35. Then you need to pick the sign before the numbers, which is negative. Okay, so you can see my video on my channel where I discussed addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of integers for year 7. We have about 6 to 7 videos there. So let's go to the next question here. Calculate 2 out of 3 of 18. This could be written as 2 out of 3 times 18, and 18 is the same as 18 out of 1. So 3 goes in 3, you have 1. 3 goes in 18, you have 6. So if you multiply 2 by 6, you have 12 out of, if you multiply 1 by 1, you have 1, and which is the same thing as 12. So the next one is this, 3 out of 12. The next one is this, 3 out of 2 of 24. So this could be written as 3 out of 2 times 24, which is the same thing as 24 out of 1. So 2 goes in 2 once, 2 goes in 24, 12 times. So 3 multiplied by 12, that is 36, over 1 multiplied by 1, that is 1, which is the same thing as 36. So that is the answer there. So we need to scroll down for the next question. We have 141.56 plus 13.213. So we need to write it in such a way that the decimal points are in line. So I'll write 141.56 here. Then I'll put the decimal point for the second number here. Then 13 will be here. Then 213 will be here. 213. So these decimal points must be in line. Then if you want, you can put 0 here and put 0 here. Otherwise, you leave it like that. 0 add 3, that will be 3. 6 add 1, that will be 7. 5 add 2, that will be 7. Then the decimal point should be in line. 1 add 3, that will be 4. 4 add 1, that will be 5. 1 add nothing, that will be 1. So our answer will be 154.773. So the next one is 17.512 minus this to get 4.3. So ordinarily, if you subtract the number you have here from this, it will give you 4.3. And also, if you subtract 4.3 from this, it will give you what you should have inside the rectangle. That is the missing number. So we're going to do 17.512, then take away 4.3. So the decimal point must be in line. So 4.3. So if you like, you can fill up this with zeros, and otherwise you just leave it like that. So 2 take away nothing, this is minus, you have 2. 1 take away nothing, you have 1. 5 take away 3, you have 2. Then the decimal point must be in line. Then 7 minus 4, you have 3. Then you have 1 here. So our answer will be 13.212. So that will be the missing number there. Okay, so let's go to the next one here. Here are 6 number cards: 10, 10, 100, 100, 1000, 1000. Use 3 cards to complete the statement. Okay, so let's put 10 here, divided by 10, divided by 10. Okay, so if you are dividing by 10 here, okay, and dividing by 10 again, it means you are dividing by 100. That is the implication. So let's see what happens when you divide 6.2 by 10. So this is 6.2. So if you divide it by 10, so you have to shift the decimal point backward. That means it has to come here. That means it will be 0.62. So if you divide by this second 10 again, so divided by 10 one more time, so that means you have to shift this decimal point backward again. So it is now here. So you have 0.062. So that means what you have here is nothing but what? 0.062. So firstly, let's see what this product will be. 6.2 times 10, that is very important. 6.2 times 10, that means you have to shift the decimal point to the front, okay, like this. So that means it will be 62. Okay, so that means the number we have here is the same thing as 62. I mean 6.2 times 10 is the same thing as 62. Now, so which number are we going to use to divide 62 so that it will be the same as 0.062? So let me write it here. 62 is here. So if, you can say 62 is the same thing as 62.0. They are the same. So if you divide it by a 100, let's see what happens. So you shift decimal point 2 times backward, 1 and 2. That means it is here. So that means it will give us 0.62. So, and that is not what we want. So we need more 0 here. That means we need to divide by 1000. So let's check that. We have 62.0 divided by 1000. That means we have to shift the decimal point backward 3 times. We have 1, 2 and 3. So the decimal point is here. So we need to fill up this with 0. So that means we have 0.062. So that means you have 1000 here. So the correct numbers that the correct cards are 10 here, 10 here, and 1000 here. So let's scroll down for the next question. Pierre wants to produce a representation of his data. So draw a line to match the data to the correct representation. So we have bar chart and then frequency diagram. So a bar chart requires a discrete data. What is a discrete data? A discrete data is the one got by counting. Okay, while continuous data is the one got by measurement. Okay, so that means for anyone that has to do with discrete data, that is the one that has to do with counting, we usually go to bar chart. So the other one will always come here. Okay, so number of plants in a garden, so this one has to do with counting. So we can draw a line like this. Okay, height of people is not by counting, so it will come here. Number of cars in a car, number of cars in car parks, it will also come here. Colors of cars in car parks, so you also count this one, so it will come here. And then length of people's feet, so this has to be measured. So this is how you are going to have it. Okay, so let's scroll down if there's any question. Okay, then we go to the next one here. So shade the smallest number of squares to create a shape that has rotational symmetry of order 2 and no lines of symmetry. So let me try to shade some boxes around this diagram. Okay, so if I choose this place, if I check the, if I shade this particular one here, okay, so definitely it will have a line of symmetry here. Okay, because the two sides, the two halves will be equal, so that means it cannot be here, so I can't use that box. Okay, if I try to use this one here, let me fill up this. Okay, if I fill up this now, okay, so it will also have two lines of symmetry. Okay, so it will have this one here, so that will be one, and then along the vertical here, so it will be somewhere here, it will have a line of symmetry too, so it can be that box as well. So let me see, if I try to take the one here like this, if I try to shade this one like this, okay, so if I shade this one like this, so here if you check the vertical line, okay, so it will not be a line of symmetry, and if you try the horizontal one, it will not be a line of symmetry, and if you try to use the diagonal like this, okay, it will not be a line of symmetry. So that means that particular place is good, but I'm not done. Let me see what will happen. So it has met the condition of line of symmetry. So if I shade this particular spot, there will be no line of symmetry. Now let's see the rotational symmetry. Let's see if the rotational symmetry will be of order 2. Okay, so if I rotate it about 90 degrees like this, so it will be facing up, okay, and it will not look like itself. If I continue, it will be facing this side and it will look like itself. That is one. If I continue again, it will be facing down and it will not look like itself. If I continue, it will be facing this side and it will look like itself. So that means it has rotational symmetry of order 2. So that means I've shaded the right spot there, so which is this one here. Okay, so this is the spot we can shade. Okay, so you may also look if there is another one you can do as well too. Okay, there is possibility that there could be another spot, but since I've got this, so we need to go to the next question. So this is the next question. Eva and Lily each have some flowers. The number of flowers that Eva has is represented by the letter A. So letter A is for Eva. Let's put letter E here. Okay, that's for Eva. And then the number of flowers that Lily has is represented by the letter B. So let's put L for Lily here. So Eva has more flowers than Lily. That means Eva has more flowers than Lily. They have 20 flowers all together. That is their total. Tick all the correct pairs of numbers. So here 17 plus 3, that will be 20, and Eva has more than Lily. Then we can tick this one, it is correct. 14 and 12 add up to 22. So for the fact that it is more than 20, so we can pick this. Then the next one, 24 and minus 4, if you add them together you get 20, but there is no way Lily can have a negative number, so we'll leave this. The next one is 19 and the next one is 11 and 9, so they add up to 20, and Eva has more than Lily, so we'll tick this. The last one, 8 and 12, they add up to 20, but Eva does not have more than Lily, so we'll leave this. So these are the two correct options we have here. Okay, so let's go for the next question. Write the calculation in order of the size of the answer. Start with the smallest. Don't forget that we're not using calculator in this paper, so for us to compare them very well, so they must be multiplied by the same number. So this is multiplied by 7, so let's try to make the other two to be multiplied by 7. So how can we do that? So we have 123 times 10 times 7. 10 times 7 is 17. That means I still have the same thing. So let's multiply these together. It will be 1230 times 7. So we have achieved that. So this one is already 1, 2, 3, 4 times 7. So we have this. And this one too, how can we write this? We can write it as 12 times 100 times 7. Okay, 100 times 7 is the same as 700. If you multiply this by this, we have 1200 by 7. Okay, since the three numbers are being multiplied by the same number, then we can compare the numbers. Okay, so that means we don't need this. We can remove this. We don't need it. We don't need this one too. Okay, so they are being multiplied by 7. Now let's compare the numbers. Which one is the smallest? It is 1200, which is for this. Okay, so that means this will be the smallest. We have 12,700. Then 1230 will be the next one, which is for this. That will be 123 times 70. And obviously the last one will be this, which is the largest one. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 times 7 is the largest one there. So let's scroll down for the next question. Hassan draws a straight line joining the point 1, 2 and 9, 2. So this is x here, this is y here, this is x here, this is y here. So you see that the value of y is always 2. So if you try to draw the axis, the x and the y axis now, so if y is somewhere around 2 here, so we can draw the line like this, for instance. Now, okay, the implication is that any line, any point that will be on this, any coordinate that will be on this line must have the value of y to be 2. If the value of y is more than 2, then it will be above this line, and if the value of y is less than 2, it will be below this line. So we need to select all the coordinates with y equals to 2. So we'll select these, we'll pick these and this. So that will be the necessary ones. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Safia start at 52 and count backwards in sevens. Mia start at -10 and count forwards in nines. Write the number that they both say. So let's start with Safia. She's starting from 52 and counting backwards in 7. That means we have to subtract 7. So the first one will be 52 here. Then you have 45. Then you have 38. You have 31. You have 24. You have 17. You have 10 and you have 3. So we can stop here. So let's go to Mia. She's starting from -10 and we are counting forwards in nines. So that is addition of 9. So -10. If you add 9, you will get -1. If you add 9, you will get +8. If you add 9, you will get 17. If you add 9, you get 26. You add 9, you get 35. You add 9 and so on and so forth. Okay, so you don't need to come to go this far, because we already have 17 here and you have 17 here. So the number they both say is 17. So let's go to the next question. The next question is question 18. Here is a grid of squares. So let's scroll down to see what is expected of us. Rotate the triangle 90 degrees anti-clockwise about point A. So rotation is better done with a tracing paper, but if you don't have a tracing paper, you could make use of a protractor and a ruler. So the first thing we need to do is to mark the center of rotation, which is point A here. So that is center of rotation. So what I'll need to do is to get the direction of points B and C respectively. Of course, I know that point A will not move, it will remain at the center of rotation. Okay, so how do I rotate points B and C respectively, moving towards this direction? Okay, so that is the direction we want to follow. Okay, so this is anti-clockwise direction. So I'll need you to pay attention very well. You pick your protractor, and the center of the protractor should be at the center of rotation. You set it very well. Then your 0 degree should be on point B, because I want to get the direction of angle B when it turns anti-clockwise 90 degrees. Okay, so this is left hand side here. Okay, so that means it is currently at 0. I'm using the inner reading. It is currently at 0 degree. So when you make use of the inner reading, so you have 10, 20, 30, up to 90 degrees here. So 90 degrees will be around here. So let me put the point there. So that's where you have the red point there. Okay, so let's take this away. Okay, then we can now take our ruler. We measure from center of rotation to point B. So we need to measure the distance, and that's what we are going to transfer. It is about, so let's set it very well. So you place the ruler here, and it must be in line with point B. Okay, so set it very well. It's about 3.3. So I'll take it and do the same thing. So I'll set my ruler again from the center of rotation, okay, to this point that I marked here. Okay, then I'll measure out that same 3.3 there. Okay, so if I put it here now, so the 3.3 is here. So this is the point here. You can see here where I put the red dot. So that means let me take away the ruler. That means I'm going to have B prime here. So B prime will be there. So I will do the same thing to point C. Okay, so you take your protractor. Center of the protractor should be at the center of rotation. Then you turn it to point C, and it must be at 0 degree. Yes, this is at 0 degree now. So I'll measure using the inner reading. 90 degrees will be somewhere around here. Okay, so I'll put it here. Okay, so that is it. Take this one away again. Then I have to measure from center of rotation to point C. So I need to measure the distance, and that's what I'm going to transfer to that point that I just inserted there. So this is about, let's set it very well. So this is about 5.78 thereabout. Okay, 5.7, very close to 5.8. Okay, so I'm going to transfer the same thing. Okay, put 0 here. So let's adjust this again. It will go to this point. Okay, so let's set the protractor. Let's set the ruler again. The center must be at 0. Center of rotation must be at 0. Then let's adjust this one. Should be in line with this red point here. Okay, that is this point. This is the point that is telling me the direction of point C. So I want to, and that's what I'll use to get my C prime. So if you want to measure 5.7 now, okay, we have not set this very well. So let this one be here. Okay, so let's adjust this one. It should be in line exactly with this 5.7. Okay, 5.7 will be somewhere around here. Oh, sorry, this is not well placed. So let's place this one here. Fine. Then 5.7 now. So let's adjust this one very well. Yes, it should be in line with this. So 5.7, no, it's too much. Take it a bit. Okay, fine. So 5.7 will be somewhere around here. So of course, it should be at this junction here. So it should be here. Okay, so that is error due to measurement. Okay, so it should be at the one at this junction, not the one that is standing alone here. So let me clean it and put it in the right place. So this is where it should be. Then my C prime will be here. So what I'll need to do now is to join the 3 points together. Point A B prime and C prime respectively. So once I join them together, that will be the image of that triangle ABC, 90 degrees when turned 90 degrees anti-clockwise about point A. So let me draw the three lines to join them together. So I have joined the three points together. Calculate 32.723 plus 60 over 1000. So the best thing for you to do is to write this particular number as a decimal number so that you can easily add. So here, this last 0 here, we cancel the last 0 here. So we have 6 out of 100 left, and if you like, you may not want to do that, you can just divide it by 1000 directly, but we have 6 out of 100 here, okay? So which is the same thing as 6 6 divided by 100. You can write it like this. Now the decimal point is here, so we need to shift it backward 2 times, 1 and 2. So that means the decimal point is now here. So we need to fill up this with 0. That means it is the same thing as 0.06. So this particular number here is the same thing as 0.06. So let's add it to 32.723. Let's add them together. So we need to write it like this: 32.723. Then the decimal point must be in line, 0 here, 6 here, and 0 here. So if you want, you can fill up the remaining spaces with 0. Okay, like this. Put 0 here, put 0 here. Then let's add together. So this will be 3, this will be 8, this will be 7. Then the decimal point must be in line. Then 2, add 0, 2, and you have 3 here. So our answer will be 32.783. 32.783. This is the next question. Tick all the correct statements. All kites can be made with this or this or this or this. So the first thing we need to do is to sketch a kite. Then it will be easier for us to choose the correct option. Okay, so this will be the shorter diagonal, and this will be the longer diagonal. This side is equal to this side. This side is equal to this side. So I can label the kite as A, B, C, and D. Okay, so the first statement here: 2 identical scaling triangle. Yes, so we have one scaling triangle A, B, C, and the other one is A, D, C. So that is correct. 2 identical equilateral triangle. If you consider the longer diagonal, so the 2 triangles are not equilateral, and if you consider the shorter one too, so the 2 triangles are not equilateral. So we leave this. 2 different isosceles triangles. 2 different isosceles triangles. Yes, if you consider the shorter diagonal, that means you're going to have triangle A, B, D, and then triangle B, C, D. So they are both isosceles triangles, but they are different. So this is correct. 2 different equilateral triangles. So we don't even have equilateral triangles there. So these 2 options are the best and correct options. So let's scroll. Okay, give an example of a data. That's the next question, 21. Give an example of a data collection that is best represented by a line graph. So we can say the number of bags, the number of bags sold in a store in a week. So the number of bags sold in a store in a week. So it's an example of data collection that is best represented by a line graph, because it shows us how the sales changes per day. during the week, okay? And then it could also be, you could also say the number of books sold in a bookshop in a month, okay? So this will be correct, okay? Yes. The next one will be question number 22. Naomi thinks of a number. The number rounds up when rounded to the nearest tenth. The number rounds down when rounded to the nearest whole number. Complete Naomi's number. So here you have 3 points. Then if you round to the nearest tenth and it will round up, that means you have to have okay, let me draw this and this. So if we need to round to the nearest tenth, okay, so that is the nearest tenth will be here, okay. That means number here should be either 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. So you can put any of these options here. So I'll put 8 here, okay. That's the first condition. So the second condition is this: the number rounds down when rounded to the nearest whole number. So that is the nearest whole number is if you count like this, okay, the number here should what? Should round down, okay, should not be up to 5. That means it can either be 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4. You can pick any one out of these numbers here, okay. So I'll pick 4, okay. So that is 3.48. So this one will be the next question. That is question 22. Here is part of a sequence. So we have this, the second term, and we have the sixth term. We have the sixth term. The sequence is made by subtracting a constant amount from the previous term. Write the eighth term and show your working. So to do this is very simple. So the first thing we need to do is to get this constant number that is being subtracted from the previous term, okay. So that means we need to find the distance from here to here, okay. So we need to subtract 0.4 from 1.6, okay. So and the result is what we are going to share by 3, and that will give us the constant amount, okay. So if you do 1.6 minus 0.4, okay, so 6 minus 4, it will be 2. Then decimal point here, 1 minus nothing, it will be 1. So that means the distance here is 1.2. So this 1.2 will be shared between this and this. So let's divide it by 3, okay. So 3 divided by 1 is impossible. You write 0, you put decimal point here, and this one now, you now put it here, it will be 12. 3 goes in 12, it will be 4. That means the constant amount is 0.4. That is, so since we have the constant amount to be 0.4, then it is easy for us to get the what? The 8th term. So how do we go? We need to get the 7th term. Is by subtraction. Let's take away 0.4, okay. So if you take away 0.4, it will be 0. That means the 7th term will be 0, okay. So to get the 8th term now, so you subtract 0.4 from 0. So that will be negative 0.4. So that means the answer here is minus 0.4. So that is the correct answer there. So let's screw the next question here. Yuri uses a computer to model the roll of 2 dice 1,000 times. He records the result when the computer program rolls a 6 on either dice. Here are his results, okay. So from this, Yuri adds the numbers on his 2 dice, okay. So I think we need to add them together, okay. So to do that, let me say this is the total now. So I need to draw a line here and add the 2 numbers on the 2 dice, okay. So let's call this total, okay. 6 add 1, 7, 6 add 2, 8, 6 add 3, 9, 6 add 4, 10, 6 add 5, 11, and 6 add 6, 12. Complete this sentence. When Yuri rolls a 6, the total on the dice that occurs least often is. So let's see the total. So the total here is 7 and it appears 56 times. Okay, if you check like that, you see that the least is 28. Okay, and the total is what? 12. That means the total 12, okay, occurs least. So this place will be 12. So let's scroll down, okay, for the B part. So Yuri uses the data to predict the likelihood of rolling a 1 on both dice. Draw a ring around the word that correctly describes this likelihood. Okay, so we want to have 1 on both dice. Okay, you see here, if you scroll up, let's scroll up a little bit. If you look carefully on the first die, okay, this one, there is no 1. Okay, so that means there is no it is not possible, okay, for Yuri to have 1 on both dice, simply because here there is no 1, okay, in this column. So the correct option will be impossible, because the first dice does not have 1 according to its results. Okay, so that will be the solution to that. So let's go to the next question here. So here is a drawing of a shape on isometric paper. The shape is made of 7 cubes joined together. So what do we need to do? So let's scroll down to see what we are asked to do here. So Angelic draws another shape. She joins the 2 shapes to make the smallest cuboid that she can. So draw Angelic's shape. So let's go back to the main one. So what we need to do here is very simple. We just have to place the second half on this, okay, so that it will form a cuboid. Okay, so we are going to have 2 of these. We are going to have it somewhere here. We are going to have 2 of these somewhere here like this. Okay, then we're going to have another 2. We place it here. Okay, so it will be of the same height as this one here. Then that is 4 altogether. Then we need to place 1 on top of this one, so everything will now be a cube, and that will be, everything will now be a cube, and that will be how many boxes there? It will be 12 altogether. So let's draw that according to what we have here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me take any 4 here. Okay, starting from this place, I can come down here. So you have 1, 2. Sorry, I'll do the. So let me do the rough sketch here now. So starting from what we have here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you come here, okay, so let's take this spot. So you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, then if you look at this side, you have 1, 2, 3. So you have to go up 3 times. So it will be from here we go down like this. Okay, then for this one we still maintain the same height, so it will be 3. You have the 3 here. Okay, so for this one now it will also be height of 3. We're going to have it like this. Okay, then for this one too it will be a height of 3, so we're going to have it like this. Okay, so now the next thing is that here we are going to join this one. You have 1, 2, and 3. That is 3 points. So you have 1 already here. So this will be from here, 2, and 3. Okay, so this is what we are going to have here. Okay, so I can join, and if you look at this one here, this point here, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let's do that again. So from here you have 1, 2, then the 3 to be here. Okay, so of course this particular side here, it will be of the same height. It will be up to this place too. It will be 3. Okay, so let me draw 3 again. So it will be from here to this place. Okay, fine. Okay, and of course we can now link them together. So this one will come like this. So let's join the side like this, then let's join this side like this as well. Okay, so this is what we're going to have. So let's join this side like this. Okay, so let me redraw that. So let's join this one again like this. So let's join this one again like this. Okay, then you can join this one as well like this. Then you can join this one like this as well. No, let's redo that. So we can join this like this, then we can join this like this, then join this like this, join this like this. So this is how the cuboid will look like. So if you have your ruler and then you are doing it on paper, so it will be neater and very okay like this. So if you count the boxes you are going to have here now, it should be 12. Okay, so here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and for the other side 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That will be the other row 6. So if you count the number of boxes, it should be 12. So by this side you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you should have 6 at the other side too. So that is 12. So that is how it will be. That is the combination of the two. So that is the combination of the two drawings. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Okay, so the next question will be this. Chen has 4-digit cards. He says all the numbers I could make with my 4 cards are 4-digit numbers that are divisible by 6. Write 4 numbers that Chen could have on his cards. Okay, so a number is divisible by 6 if the number is divisible by 2 and is divisible by 3. So a number is divisible by 2 if it ends with either 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. Okay, so that means here we have only one option, and that option is even numbers. You can have either 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 here, because that is when it will be divisible by 2. So I can pick any one of these here. So let me pick 2. Okay, so now the next thing is that other numbers I must pick must add up to a number that is divisible by 3. A number is said to be divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. So take for instance, you have 4, 5, 45. If you add 4 to 5, you will get 9. 9 is divisible by 3. That means 45 is divisible by 3. So that's the same thing I want to do here. Okay, so let me just pick some numbers. I pick 1, then you put 4 here again. So this one now, I must be very careful. I can't just pick anyhow here, because I must add up this number. I have 2 add 1, that is 3. 3 add 1, that is sorry, I have 2 add 1, 3. 3 add 4, that is 7. So that means I already have 7. So the number I must put here must be a number that will add up to a multiple of 3. That is a number that is divisible by 3. So if I like, I can put 2 here, that will be 9, it will be correct. And if I like, I can put 5 here, that will be correct. Okay, because if I say plus 5, it will give me 12. The sum of these digits will give me 12, and 12 is divisible by 3. If I say 7 plus 2, it will give me 9. Okay, and 9 is divisible by 3. Okay, so I can pick any number that will make the that will give me a multiple of 3. So let me pick 5 here. Okay, so 5 4 1 2. So since 5 4 1 2 is divisible by 2, okay, because it ends with 2, and it is divisible by 3 because the sum of the digits add up to what? Add up to 12. Okay, that means it's divisible by 3. So that means it is divisible by 6. You don't even need to check, so that will be correct. So the next one is this. Rajiv and Carlos each choose a set of 3 prime numbers. The total of each set of numbers is 30. Write 3 numbers that Rajiv could choose. Okay, so this is Rajiv. Okay, and then let me put let's say Carlos, C for Carlos. Okay, so let me see what they can pick respectively. Okay, and I think this will also help us in the part B. So the first thing we need to do is to write out the prime numbers between 1 and 30. So we have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, and 29. Okay, so let's see how we can have 3 numbers that add up to 30. Okay, 3 prime numbers here that add up to 30. So if we pick 29, so we only need one more number, so that means we can pick this one. Okay, if we pick 23, that means we need 7. Okay, we need 7, so we can get 7 by picking 2 and 5. So that means we can say 2 here, 5 here, and 23. So we can pick 2, 5, and 23. So this will be the 3 numbers Rajiv could choose. Okay, so we can test for another one again. So let's see, if we are not picking 23, let's say we pick 19. If we pick 19, okay, that means we need numbers that add up to 11. Okay, so and unfortunately we don't have 2 numbers that add up to 11, so we can pick 19. Okay, if we pick 17, okay, so that means take away 17 from 30, we have 13. So that means we need 2 numbers that add up to 13. And in this case now, in this case, that means Carlos can pick 2, 11, and 17. 2, 11, and 17. Okay, so write the number that both Rajiv and Carlos must have in their set. If you look at the set now, you see that they must have 2. So I'll write 2 here. So the explanation will be that Carlos can pick the following set of numbers. Okay, and that will be 2, 11, 17. So that is the explanation you can give, because that is the option he has. So the number they have in common is 2. Okay, so let's go to the last question. It's not easy. Okay, here are 6-digit cards. Use the digit card to write the calculation with the largest even answer. So this is an interesting one again. Okay, so if you want to have an even answer, that means the number you can put here and here should be two numbers that the subtraction will give you an even number. Okay, so let me pick for this one, let me pick 5. Okay, so okay, that is one thing. Another thing is that if you want to have the largest now again, so I've sorted out this even. Okay, the number here and here must be a subtraction that will give me an even number. Then the largest now, that means I must have 8 here. That is the largest. I must have 8 here. Okay, so probably I can still have 7 2 here. I can have 7 here. Okay, because I must have a big number. If I have 8 here and I have 6 here, you can compare it to when I have 8 and 7. Okay, so that means 8 is gone, 7 is gone. Okay, so let me see the number I can put here for the even. So for this place, I can never have 6 here. Why? Because if I have 6 here, if I take it away from 3, it will give me 3. That is even. If I take it away from 5, it will give me 1, which is odd. Okay, so that is why I cannot have 6 here. If I have 6 here, I cannot have 6 here, because if I put 6 here, so that means if I put either 3 or 5 or 1 here, my answer will be an odd number. Okay, so that is why 6 can never be here. Okay, so what I can do here is to put, and I cannot put 3 here, so that means I can't put 6 there, I can't put 3 here. Okay, so because if I put 3 here, so 3 minus, okay, I think I can put, if I put 3 here, okay, so and I can put 1 here, 3 minus 1 will give me 2. Okay, but 5 and 6 will form a bigger number here, so that is why I cannot pick them. Okay, so I'll put 5 here to make this one bigger. Then to have an even number here, so I only have one option, which is 1. So that means 5 is gone, and then 1 is also gone. So I have 3 and 6 left. Okay, so because what I'm trying to do here is that I want to have a smaller number here for this one, and I want to have a bigger number here. Okay, so if I have 3 and 6 left, if I put 6 here and 3 here, that will be a big number, 631. So it is better I put 3 here and I have 6 here. So I have tried to form a big number here, and I try to form a small number here, and I also make sure that if I subtract it, I'm going to have an even number, because 5 minus 1 will give me 4. So this will be the last question here. Okay, it's not that easy to sit for this long period, okay, to have it at a go. Okay, so I want to thank you for taking your time to pay attention and follow through the solution. If you are just seeing this channel for the first time, please kindly subscribe to my channel and share the link with your friends. And if you have already subscribed, please kindly share it again, and then watch out for the next paper. That is the second paper in the next 2 days. Bye.